draw this APP. We did it together, we planned together. These initiatives include where we can unlock efficiencies. For an example, we will soon be making proposals with regard to the regulations. We have identified areas where we can request the minister to amend the regulations, where we can open up a lot more efficiency. An example is the 30 days representation that we take in terms of the regulations, where we are saying maybe we can use that time a lot more efficiently supporting the department during negotiations, rather than limiting that time of 30 days within the space of the OVJ, with landowners only commenting on the valuations, and still having to go and meet the department with regards to offers, so that we can collapse those two processes, make them one. OVJ supports the department during the negotiations, but like I'm saying, these are part of the 2023 initiatives that we are undertaking jointly with the department. During the month of May, we will be having a series of those workshops where we are going to be talking about that and ultimately make proposals to the executive authority. One of those is the use of technology with regards to historical valuations, which by and large rely on desktop. I'm sorry, I did not speak to the data repository with regards to Honorable Mbabama. We already have a data repository from the time that the OVG existed. We are nowhere near where we want it to be. Our ICT senior manager is seized with the process of finalizing our enterprise architecture, which is going to become the blueprint of how data is going to be managed, amongst others, within the OVG. So yes, it exists. We have not been able to make it part of the decision-making process so that data drives our decisions as yet. But we do have resources that are allocated to managing that repository. Chair, I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Chair. Chairperson, are you there? Hello? Is there anybody on the platform?
Yeah, I'm here, but it did go quiet.
Maybe the secretariat can check on the chair. Meanwhile, if I may ask another question of the OBG. Please correct me, OVG, if I'm wrong, but I'm of the opinion that both the CEO, the Valuer General and the COO are acting. They're not permanent. My records say that the VG has been acting since 2019 and the COO has been acting since the 2015-2016 financial year. Is this true? And if so, what are the plans to get these positions filled? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Secretariat, are you there? Okay. Let me also take advantage of the system that is not granting us the chairperson present, but I've got also one question to sponsor to OVG, which says that what steps will be taken to ensure that OVG primary focus on land reform does not detract from the ability to provide high quality property evaluation services on other areas, and how will the organization balance his focus on the land reform with the need to provide impartial and usable property evaluations? That is one question that one will ask them to help me to understand. And the other one, which is the last one from my side, I heard they were talking about the partnership. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
I'm on the platform. I'm on the platform. Am I? Okay. Now, I was also still on OVG to say, I heard them talking about the partnership collaborations with the government and agencies or private sectors that they private entities to support economic growth and job creation initiatives. I did not get it as to whether what are they having in place which support the women, the women with disability. How do they support them? How do they bring them on board? I didn't hear anything that talks about this type of people in our country. Can they also help us to understand how do they evaluate the issue of making sure that the people with disability are taken on board? Which I think if they can help me with that one, then I will be then the happiest person. I think all that I wanted to hear, I had definitely showed the way. You know, they did manage to speak to some of the things that I wanted to ask as the OVG. Thank you. I don't know if I'm being listened or something's happening. I don't know what is happening.
Apologies, members. Whichever thing is having a load shedding, so she is trying to connect again. He was kicked out of the system. Now he's trying to connect again. Thank you, members.
Thank you. I was also kicked out. I don't know if Ntate Mutsoeneng has answered the question sponsored by myself and Memasho.
No, I have not yet said, should I proceed now or wait for the chair?
I think you can proceed if my colleagues agree.
Okay, yes.
You see, member Bama and the platform, my worry is each and every report at the end of the day,
Committee members, I also lost connection. I'm now sitting next to the Governor General. With regards to the acting roles, that is indeed so. I do know that the roles have been advertised. With regards to Honorable Masho's questions about how we are bringing on board people with disabilities, we do this through our supply chain management tenders that we advertise. So as you know, the PPECB regulations have recently been changed, and we have been allowed as entities to decide on how we are going to effect empowerment insofar as designated groups are concerned. So we are using the SCM processes to effect those particular empowerment programs. So you would have a number of points that are allocated to empowerment going to women entities as well as entities that are owned by people living with disabilities. So that's how we are engaged in the private sector. We also engage the private sector with regards to our panel of valuers. We create a panel of valuers that we use together with the department to appoint on the basis of those of that particular panel. Chair, I'll stop there. When MEMA first started, I had lost, I couldn't properly, but these are the ones that I was able to pick up. Thanks, Chair. I'll stop there.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. It's just that indeed, because of this network, we are having a problem of being cut off. Some of the things really, they might not be able to be captured clearly because of the network. But as we are still waiting for the chairperson to be in, maybe we could also ask what measures will...
I am in.
Oh.
I just had to ditch the place in Kono because there was load shedding. I had to make my way towards Mtata. So at least now I have network. Honorable members, are there any further questions to be asked? I see the hand of Mamun Babama.
Thank you, Chair, for recognizing me. I had just asked about the acting positions in terms of the VG and the COO. The CEO having acted from 2015, 2016, and the VG acting since 2019. The response was that the posts have been advertised, but we would like to know when were they advertised, and how long has it been since, you know, I mean, if we talk about 2015, 2016, that's quite a long time, even 2019. So when were they advertised, and what is, you know, the way forward on those two posts? Why is it taking so long? Thank you.
Any other further questions, honorable members?
Yes, Chair, I'm here.
Yes, Ma'am Marshall.
Chairperson, my question was to ask the OVG the question on the issue of steps that will be taken to ensure that OVG primary focus on land reform does not detract from the ability to provide high quality property evaluation services in other areas, and how will the organization balance his focus on land reform with need to provide the impartial appraised property evaluations. Then the last one on them, it was the issue of the issue of the people with disability. The way I was saying that which measures will they put in place to make sure that the people with disability are brought on board? The other one was with the issue of the budget allocation to the evaluation programs is effectively utilized to drive land reform, combat corruption, and attract investment. Those are the questions that I had for them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Member Marshall. Any further questions, honorable members? I'll hand over to the chairperson and CEO for the last responses before we get on to the next item on the agenda.
Chair, with regards to how the balance on land reform, the primary focus of the OVG is on land reform. So, like I said, when we did the presentation, we are continuing to focus on land reform. We're not even inviting any additional new clients for Section 12.1b evaluations. So we are focused on Section 12.1a evaluations. We are focused on a commission on the restitution of land rights. We are focused on the LRDR and redistribution valuations. The Valuer General will deal with the issues of appointments.
Thank you, Dr. Mutweni. Colleagues, when it with the advertisement of the post of the acting COO and the acting Valuer General, the post they have been advertised and with all the processes, because those are dealt with by the ministry. So they are on the process of finalizing the process, and they will better finish the process of appointing. So at this moment, they have been finalized, and the ministry is processing all that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mamun Jobe, as well as Ntate Mutweni for the responses. Honorable members, that Mamun Jobe, are you still coming on? You are covered. Thank you. Let us, honorable members, take this opportunity to then thank both the OVG and PPECB. We will now take our last item on the agenda, which is Ingonyama Trust, and welcome the new chairperson of Ingonyama Trust, that being Unkosum Zimela. You may proceed. Tate Mutweni, please mute your microphone. ITB, you may load your presentation while we take the opening remarks for the chairperson.
Good morning, Chairperson. This is Mr. Mgwengwe, the head of the Secretariat of Ingonyama Trust. The chairperson of Ingonyama Trust is not here. I became aware of his appointment on Friday. I made contact with him on Monday, and yesterday I eventually managed to speak to him prior to this meeting.
Advocate Mgwengwe.
Chair, I'm not sure whether I'm being heard because I just heard the chair cutting through as I was talking. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. I think the chairperson is out again. He's been disconnected.
This network is a problem.
Okay, let me
Maybe we should wait for the chairperson since
Yes, because when he comes in,
they haven't started.
start again.
Yes. Let's wait for him, please.
Me Mahlo,
And I am
Me
here.
Mahlo,
Yes.
I honestly don't think we need to devise another plan if we are going to struggle with the chair, because these break-ins will definitely eat a lot of time. So maybe we need to make another plan whilst the chair's out. What if he's out for about 10, 20, 30 minutes and we're still waiting? Please.
Yeah, but you understand the rules that you can't just chip in, or nobody can just chip in and say without the agreement of the committee. We need to wait for him. If he doesn't come in, and then the secretariat must provide clarity on how to go about it.
Apologies, members, we still have enough time. The schedule from 9 until 1. So we still have enough time to wait for the president to come in. Thank you.
No. Order there. It's not about having enough time. I'm raising a point to say it can't be fair that when the chair gets cut off, we're saying we must wait. Why can't we devise a plan so that things must move? We can't just be saying we must wait and wait.
Honorable Montedi,
Yes, Chairperson.
let us take that, because I had actually requested Honorable Marshall to step in at every time I cut off. But I am now in a proper area in Mthatha, so I don't anticipate any further problems.
Thanks very much.
I had welcomed the chairperson and CEO of ITB, and Ubam Gwengwe was on the platform. So I thought he was presenting, and I would like us to proceed. I do not anticipate any further challenges unless this area I'm in goes under load shedding. But I apologize for that because it's outside my control. But the meeting shouldn't stop as the honorable members are on the platform, and Honorable Marshall can proceed and chair if I do cut off. Let us proceed, honorable members.
Thank you, Chairperson. I greet the chair, the members of the committee, the minister, all other public representatives that may be in the platform, the DG, and all my colleagues. What I was explaining prior to presenting is that the chairperson is not in the platform. In fact, there is no board member in the platform. We became aware of the fact that the chairperson had been appointed on Friday. We eventually received proof of his appointment on Friday evening. I made contact with him on Monday, on Tuesday, and eventually I spoke to him prior to this meeting. His indication is that, yes, he was appointed, but they had an agreement with Ingonyama that they would meet to determine how they work together, and until then, he is therefore unable.
Can you repeat that? His indication is what?
His indication is that he met with Ingonyama on his appointment, and they had then agreed that he would wait for him to work a way forward in terms of how they work together. And unfortunately, Ingonyama is not in the country, and he is unable to come to the committee until they meet to work out how they work going forward. So that leaves us then in a situation where we do not have the accounting authority in the committee as it stands. We do have an APP that was approved by the board, but unfortunately, we don't have the actual accounting authority. We are in a position to proceed if the committee allows us to. We'll just wait for guidance from the committee with respect to how we proceed. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson, are you there? Chair, are
Yes,
you
I'm
there?
on the platform, honorable members. I've just wanted to put to honorable members as to what Advocate Mgwengwe is saying. Without the chairperson of the board, Ingonyama Trust Board, as well as without the minister being on the platform. Do honorable members want to proceed with this APP?
My hands is up.
Honorable Member.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, from my opinion is that I don't see us proceeding with the APP, which does not have a person to account for. What if they present and the people, the board, when they come, they say this is not what we have agreed upon. Maybe they have some changes as they have new people that they've appointed, and our minister is not also here to testify that she might take responsibility because her department is part of the board. So I'm suggesting that we send them back for them to come and present in the next time. Thank you.
My hand is up, Chair.
I don't hear. Chairperson, are you there? Chairperson, are you there? So, but as Chairperson said, if he's not in, the meeting should not stop. Member Bama, should I recognize that you come in?
Yes, I was also going to say, Mema, so that I agree with you that we should not carry on if the board is not here. The minister is also not here. So, you know, our questions really would not be answered adequately. That's my feeling. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Mama. Is any other member on the platform who will then have a say on this matter as the chairperson still coming in?
Yes, Muntoedi. Memaso,
Yes, ma.
ke Muntoedi ma.
Oh, yes, Ntate. Come in.
No, I want to check the composition of the board that was appointed, that of the Ingonyama Trust, to say who was actually extended the invitation to be part of this meeting. Because if the chairperson is not there, if there's any of the board members of Ingonyama Trust, I believe that they should be able to take us through. But I just want to check, are there any board members of Ingonyama Trust here, or the invitation was only extended to the chairperson of the board, Lengoring is not here. And then also the issue here, the minister also not here, and to ask the advocate there to say, since when did he become aware that I think I heard him saying last week Friday, he has been trying to get hold of the chair, this and that. But the schedule for this meeting, why didn't they see fit to respect the committee and write to the committee in advance and indicate that the Ingonyama is not in the country, the chairperson was only appointed last week Friday? Why should they have to wait for the meeting to come and raise these things in a meeting when they had an opportunity, when they knew at least before yesterday that the chair will not be in this meeting, and they had to wait, come here and waste our time and raise people's apology here that we need them to be here today. So I'm just concerned about that thing to say, why is it happening like that? Thank you, Mema.
Thank you very much, Ntate Muntwedi. what I heard enough from them when they present, there is no board member around. There is no board member on the platform. The board members of Ingonyama Trust, they're outside the country. They have not met as yet with the person, they have not finalized issues with the person appointed as the chairperson of the board. And that is why I came up with a suggestion to say, seeing that we don't have most of the things that will be, some people that will take responsibility, we can't allow them to present to us. Let's send them back. Then the matter was seconded by Member Bama. That indeed we see we can't carry on with this, they must be sent back. So I thought members, when they come in, we could resolve on that. Do we send them back? And we can't say they must present. There is no board members, there is nobody to take responsibility presently here, because mere officials cannot just take up the APP of the Ingonyama to come and present to us, because when they come back, the board members may say we did not allocate this one to this one and that one to that. So we're avoiding that. So I think this matter, if we agree, let's send them back. They will come back.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable members, is there any other further input? I've listened to Member and I got a bit of Mamum Babama. Tate Muntwedi, Tate Matiase, are you covered?
Chairperson?
Yes.
No, I raised, well, Mama, I don't think you followed what I was saying. I was not disagreeing with the proposal that you made and that was made. But I wanted to understand, to say, was the invitation only sent to the chairperson who's not here, Chair, today? And if I didn't hear, because we keep on getting cut by this network, I didn't know if there are any other members of the trust in the platform too. And the other thing that I was also checking with the board was just to check to say, if they knew day before yesterday, Chair, that we don't have a chair to come here, and why didn't they have that courtesy of informing us in time? Not for us to expect a presentation and only to find out when we come here that the chairperson, who's very instrumental in terms of making that APP, is not here. Those were my only concerns that I was raising. But other than that, we can't have official who will be coming to make that presentation. I wasn't proposing that any official must make that presentation.
Thank you, Honorable Muntwedi. Honorable members, I will want to conclude on this matter. As Advocate Mgwengwe is an appointee of the minister into the ITB, we don't have the chairperson of the ITB. We don't have the CF of the ITB.
Chai, it seems like you are stuck that side. I see on the chart here, there's the PLO to the minister, Chair. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you. Saying that the minister is kicked out trying to...
Recording stopped.
Chairperson, because of the network, can I take the responsibility for the chairperson to rule on this matter?
Recording in progress.
Honorable Master, just to say that indeed I was kicked out as the PLO has indicated on the platform, but I've been able to rejoin again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Minister.
Can I come in, Memato?
Yes, you can come in, yes.
It looks like the chair once more is kicked out. Maybe we need to, if you can lead, because the chair said we must take over when he's not there. maybe allow the minister a few words, just proposing, and then we close the matter from there.
Thank you very much. Let me allow the minister because she's on the line. Minister, you are allowed to help us on this matter.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson, in standing for the chair who has been kicked out. It does seem that we have a problem with the network, all of us. Indeed, I must say that I missed some of the issues that might have been raised as concerns. But just to indicate that we forwarded the letter that we received from His Majesty the King to the chair of the Portfolio Committee as well as the chair of the NCOP, indicating who he's appointed as his nominee. The process has indeed taken very long in of appointing the board. We started the consultation and we received the first 4 names, concurred with by both the Premier, the Chair of the House, as well as the King. The other 4 names were the Premier in terms of our legislation, Ingonyama Trust Act, Section 2(3)(b), where the Premier must consult with Ingonyama as well as with the chairperson of the House. Those are the names that actually took longer to make sure that the completion of the board is in place. And then the delay became the nominee, because the nominee in terms of the legislation, that nominee is the chair of the board. So I do understand the frustration of the committee, because I don't think that board has actually set formally now. But the work that had been done by the previous board, which led to the APPs being developed, is what the CEO was to present. But I do understand the concerns of the board. If it is possible, and the committee agrees, we can actually defer and then find a date sooner where we can call Ingonyama Trust to come and make its presentation led by the new board. Thank you very much.
Then thank you, Mayor Togo. I think let's just take this matter as advised by the input of the minister and members of this committee. Indeed, they have raised that definitely sure we can't just carry on without the authority or the leadership of the board. Because our chairperson is not here presently, I might say that we need to close this matter of Ingonyama Trust and defer them back to the next meeting, where it will be then, they will then come back and present their APP, though we will ask that our officials should speed up that type of a meeting, even if it can be a special meeting for them to present, so that they can also start the year with other entities as they start to implement their budgets. Furthermore, my colleagues and the minister and all on the platform and the officials, I don't see the agenda on my side. I had this problem of not knowing the MacBook since this morning, having a problem. If I can be assisted with the agenda, Minister, on your side, if I can be assisted or what is next on the agenda, because I'm having a very serious problem with this laptop. I can't scroll things like I used to do with other.
Sorry, Mama, that was the last agenda.
Yes. If this is the last item on the agenda, hello? If this is the last item on the agenda, may I take this opportunity to thank all who come and presented on this platform, our agencies, and also thank you to the Office of the Minister and all the colleagues that I work with and all officials, and thank you very much. The meeting is officially closed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Memaso.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Re lebogile mme.
Thank you.
Hi, Albertina, can you stop recording?
Recording stopped.
Sure.
Sorry, guys, been so busy.
I suggest we
I was still busy with the chair. Chief,